best friends until the end of time. Ah, flawless. Again.
We're going to say Bronycon 2018 and we want you guys to scream as loud as you can and maybe we'll break a light or something.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bronycon ear rape. Just look at them. Just look at it. It's beautiful. We will never stop populating.
I think nothing stands out more than what we saw in, Fame and Misfortune. Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest. That Pony, that's me. It's like, you're being assertive. I don't know how I feel about that. That's me. I'll say, oh, I really love to see this happen in the show. It happens in the show. But it's this cold dread inside me. I do not understand. But that's the thing. A lot of critiques I hear are that critics are nothing but complainers, writing about the flaws in everything. And then, of course, there's nitpicks. Nothing but nitpicks. Whole entire videos just nitpicking the thing to pieces. And for this example, I will take you guys back. This was just after Candlelight Wedding Theater. Season 2 had drawn to a close. Season 2 was the season I really jumped on this show and we became actively fandom. But I felt a little out of place after Candlelight Wedding. I wasn't jiving with it as much as other members of the community. And I went online to try and see if I could find people who shared this thought, and I found a manifesto. I found a critical look at Candlelight Wedding by Slightly. And this thing goes on. And on. And on. And here's the right thing. I read this point for point with breaks in between, because I had to. And here's the weird thing. I only disagree with 1 or 2 points this person stated, but the length and the vitriol that went into it, I wasn't having fun. I found someone that I agreed with for the most part, and I couldn't get into it because it was just so toxic, so energy draining. This is Charlotte. Is it still going? Look, we're only at 6. It just keeps going. This is what people mean when if you're nothing but nitpicks and hemming and hawing. It's still scrolling. I thought I sped this up too fast. Apparently I needed to go at light speed. There we go. And we're spent. I will do my best not to provide hostility. However, I will talk about that when you're making fun of stuff, you might be tempted to mock characters. I've been guilty of this. I don't feel shame. That's the dark part. Yes, honestly, I have nothing against Last Century Pony or human, but he hasn't got to do anything else, so what can I do but mock him? Hey, I'm not inside into our elements, no.
There's the Flash Century he loves to hate.
But I find that it's best to do this.
I mean, I'm a Fluttershy fan, but we know there's a vet in town.
Why isn't Nico scheduling an appointment with her? I wonder how Fluttershy and the vet get along. Can I just say of all the things you can make fun of how the story's falling short of some limitations in it. And sometimes you can have a lot of fun with what's not said.
You don't want to know what they call me.
What is your deal? Seriously. Not say I didn't warn you.
That's gonna be my screensaver. And now, let's play What Would Twilight Do? So, you can A, get everyone out of the pool and out of the river and end the field trip. B, take Rainbow Dash and Applejack aside and lecture them saying, this is done, I'm taking over. Or C, do diddly squat.
Well, he's the princess now, so it's obviously C.
If you chose C, congratulations. You're as bad as Twilight.
I never thought you three would pull such a mean prank. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to stay away from my school.
So, man, I guess I could really milk that same multiple choice joke. What would Twilight do? A, ask them to explain themselves. B, what was her name? Ask Poseglow the reason behind these answers. Or C, banish them without asking. If you pick C, how have you not gotten this joke yet? And so, again, it's like, I get it, Twilight didn't even listen. What kind of headmaster doesn't listen to the people who are accused?
Everybody. I'm talking about this thing right here.
No, I want to talk about Blart Cop.
Yes, exactly.
Keep in mind, to be perfectly honest, it was more than I ever could have hoped a My Little Pony movie to be honest.
I saw it 3 times in theaters. And I saw it instead of Blade Runner 2049.
Was that they tried to play him off as being really goofy and like over the top silly, and I don't get threatening from that. So when he would go from that to being threatening, I didn't feel it. But Tempest,
Yeah, I was just about
oh my God,
Emily Blunt just her song was one of the highlights of the film for me. Emily Blunt was dynamite in the film. Absolutely. And then
they're down. They're not having a good time. The Storm King took over, and they have one piece of hope that Twilight escaped. She'll come back with an army or something, and she'll save the day, like usual. And then there was that scene where she was being paraded in town in a cage. And that was a really powerful moment of the movie. And there was one part where she looks up at one of the cages, and she sees Sia.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Sia. She is Sia the pony, let's face it.
and I was like, I don't even know who that is. I understand they had to put the character in because, you know, whatever. But I want you to picture that scene. But imagine the Cutie Mark Crusaders in that cage instead. Right?
You just had to.
How much more powerful would that have been?
Honestly, I feel like the toy line over the last year and a half or so has taken a very positive direction.
Yes.
And
Oh my
it's
gosh.
a lot more show-like. It's even the licensed plushies are getting better. I mean, they're still not up to, you know, what you're gonna find down in the vendor hall for $600, but they're not $600 either.
They don't have spaghetti hair.
No, I know. Exactly.
Like they actually have hair.
For 2 hours of our lives, we enjoyed our company and enjoyed every second of the film that was simply made to be a bright celebration of its characters and the positive message it sends out. The show does much of the same, and in a way, the movies will always do the very same thing. They take us away from the troubles of the real world and give us a world we can talk about, or sing about, or dance about, or simply go out and meet people and find people we can truly love. To me, that's not just what this show, or this particular, is about. That's what film is about. Feeling like you're young again, going out and discovering new worlds, and even falling in love. Strange as it may seem to most, and odd a tale as this entire essay may have been told, it could not have been happier to attend that screening of My Little Pony the movie on that cold Saturday night, nor could I have been happier spending it with a group of 90-plus people, some of which I barely knew that I can gladly call friends. That fact, perhaps, is why I chose to cover this screening for my midterm, for its uniqueness, for its happiness, for how much I love the world of film, no matter how weird it can get.
So my question is for Saberspark. Do you really think the movie Cargo is worse than Cars 2?
Wow. Oh, Cargo is a masterpiece compared to Cars 2.
Thank you. I'm going to back this question up with just some context real quickly. I have a reaction channel, and a lot of which my older videos, I used to react to videos in their entirety. Nothing was edited. And then later on, I was inspired by another channel called GameCube Dude 200, who is now my friend. So now I started doing reactions properly. So now the question, how would you describe all the other bad reactors who do their videos completely unedited in kind of a funny, angry rant?
I would say, I don't know that I've seen a bad reactor, but I've certainly seen some interesting stuff. Sometimes I do a little of both, too. So sometimes I like doing like big reactions.
Yeah,
long reactions.
Yeah, real big, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
But I say do what you enjoy.
Hey,
Got that? Guys.
So I have two fairly complicated questions, yet they're very short. First one goes to Doc. So it may come as a shock to a lot of you, but I actually hate the episode Flutter Brudder from season 6. But I saw your review on it, and I saw you liked it, and that's fine. But I must ask, though, I just want to ask, how were you able to tolerate such an irredeemable seeming ponut? And unless you go on Dirt People a lot, do not ask me what that means.
When I look at a character like Zephyr Breeze, it is so easy to dislike him, especially when he's interacting with characters that we've grown to love over so many years. Watching him taking advantage of pretty much anyone and everyone who comes across because he just seems so lazy and entitled to everything. Yes. And yet at the same time, the reason why I can appreciate that kind of episode is seeing a character like that reach rock bottom and understand that he's reached rock bottom and actually say, I need help and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get out of this pit. And we saw how much challenge there was getting to do anything before that point. But when he was and say to himself, I will do whatever it takes, and actually take the steps to learn the proper way to do your styles, even if it was over a short musical montage. It would have been nice to see more of a gradual progression towards that, but we understand the episodes have that 2-minute time.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate an episode like that, showing that it's never too late.
Well, I can definitely understand them. So thank you for that answer on them. So the last question goes to Josh, and it's a more playful question. I saw your review on MLP the movie, and I must ask, which villain do you think is more annoyingly unfunny, Grubber or the Storm King?
Yeah. It's funny, you cut Grubber out of the movie and you wanted to do something.
Remember that really intense scene on the ship? It's like, I gotta count to 3, and if you don't tell me where they are, I'm gonna blow the entire ship up. 1, 2,
oh, this is intense.
Ruined it.
It's a lot when you see all these Tempest cosplays and they're sleeves, and like people are like, what's a
Grubber's not worth the title of villain. I would say Parasite.
The only fairy he had on the plot was blowing the cake cup. That was the only fairy he had on the plot.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Grubber, man, I love your Sonic OC, man.
Well, Grubber was one of my only cons in my review on the movie, so there's something I can agree with you on, but thank you.
Thank you.
I know you're a special one. Something crazy where I see love. You fall so low, but so high. Big dreamer, shoot for open sky. So much life in those open eyes. So much depth, you look for the light. But when your wounds open, you will cry. You'll cry, oh no, and you question why. I can see rainbow.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. Chaos and Frost Cloud, and well, here I am. Here I've been for the first day. So as you've obviously guessed by the timing of this video being out, I am filming and photographing my experience here at Bronycon in a day-by-day format, so explains why this video is labeled Day 1. In this section of the video, and in the final section of every day of the next 2 days in my journey here, I'm going to be basically just doing these unscripted updates or speeches, I guess, where I talk about, you know, the stuff I did or this stuff that happened. So it's unrelated, it's unimportant, but the journey me and my mother went down, it was safe. You know, we didn't get into an accident or anything. The new GPS I mentioned that we got in that birthday video I did, it was helpful. Did a few weird things though. Apparently took us on a long detour to supposedly avoid construction or traffic or whatever it was. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but the last time we went to Bronycon, we took a more efficient route. We went through the city of Harrisburg. I'm not too familiar with American cities on the East Coast, but instead we took a supposed long route through Philadelphia, so we were delayed by almost an hour, and it was not fun, but we got through it, and we're here, so I guess looking back on it, that was kind of a victory anyway. But yeah, so here. I do have to say, I am happy to say, I definitely was not as nervous as the first time I went to Bronycon back in 2016. I remember what the convention looks like. I didn't panic about that whatsoever. I'm apparently just now better with reading schedules, so everything is becoming more crystal clear and I'm not as lost. And overall, I'm going to get one slightly negative thing out of the way, and don't worry, nothing happened to me. I wasn't robbed or anything, because, you know, I've heard that Baltimore is one of the pretty dangerous cities in America. Like, we're not going to, like, the neighborhoods, no, we're just staying downtown. But, a slightly negative thing I'll say is, maybe it just had something to do with how this day went. Maybe it was just a matter of just a few rotten luck here and there. Had a big case with rotten luck tonight, but I'm not gonna tell you all the story about that because I want to keep these videos as positive as possible. But basically, the most less negative thing I can say is this first day. A lot of parts of this first day were underwhelming compared to 2016, to say the least. Yeah, things were worrisome in 2016, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because the first day. You know, it's weird. They always say the first day of something like school, which you all know is prison to me, is always horrible. I'm beginning to wonder now. Does that saying apply for everything? Even Bronycon? The place I always dream of going to, and the place I've obviously dreamed of returning ever since I went to 2016. But obviously here I am. But yeah, it's weird. Maybe that saying is true. I mean, I believe in some sayings. I do believe they have a lot of life lessons and a lot of relatability and a lot of truth to their arguments, but this one, I don't know. Like, is the first day of anything bound to suck? If you want to, you can just leave a comment below telling me if maybe you have evidence to back up this, because I don't know. But anyways, I'm not trying to start a whole theory or controversy or anything, but but anyway, so yeah, the positives, there were a lot of them. For one thing, the opening ceremony was not in the main events hall, or it's been renamed to the Room of the Sun. That's where I went for the Bronies React panel, where I saw ACRacebest there, as well as Saberspark and Little Shy FIM. I think I saw Dusty Krat there as well, but and then for the last panel I attended today was the live Brony Analysis, or the Brony Analysis. I just got a feeling that Dr. Wolf and Josh Scorcher would be there, and yeah, there were, including Silver Quill. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, just this day, I mean, this whole journey so far, it's good. I will definitely say it. Like, you know, don't worry. You know, when I say it was slightly underwhelming, I literally only mean it was only slightly underwhelming. And like I said, that may not even be the case. Maybe, like I said, maybe that old saying is true. Maybe the first day of everything is bound to suck, whether you're nervous or not. I'm gonna stop with that. But yeah, overall, I absolutely had fun today. I mean, maybe it was a little better than 2016, but I'll definitely say it's good so far. It is definitely good so far, and I hope it only continues to get better from here. I remember at one point, I think I attended one of my most favorite panels by far, the MLP movie Postmortem, The Good, the Bad, and the Pony. Okay, I guess that's some sort of running gag there, but basically, it was what I was hoping it would be. Basically, a panel where 4 guys, including Little Shy, I didn't know the other 3, but Little Shy FIM was there. And yeah, I saw his video, you know, everything wrong with MLP the movie, and yeah, he's entitled to his own opinion. But yeah, speaking of opinions, that also has something to do with another thing I really like there. Of course it was going to happen. I mean, this is the Brony fandom. I mean, that old motto, love and tolerance, is still alive somewhere, I guess, even though a lot of people think it's dead. But, of course, I intend to be one of those people who at least keep its heart beating on a respirator. Okay, enough with the metaphors. But, yeah, it was really good because, you know, I guess it was planned this way, but Obviously, Little Shy FIM had his issues with it if that wasn't made evident enough in his videos, and of course he made that disclaimer, you know what, I like this movie, I don't think it's awful, but I don't think it's perfect either, and it's completely fine if he thinks that way. And then there was one guy, I don't remember his, like I said, I don't know the rest of the three, so the likelihood of me remembering them is just completely out the window at this point. One of the other guys didn't really like it. I don't remember him saying he hated it, but he just said he didn't like it. And there was one guy on the polar opposite side of the panel who was basically like me. I could relate to him. He absolutely adored the movie, and even though he did have a couple of nitpicks here and there and a couple of things he was a little annoyed by, he still regardless pretty much gave it a 10 out of 10 in his mind, like I did in my MLP review, and my opinion hasn't changed on it. I mean, even after this panel, I mean, I still absolutely love the film, but, you know, I acknowledge that it's not perfect in all areas, but I don't really care because it's a film that I've been waiting for so long, and even after watching it a couple times, it's really everything I could have ever dreamed of. Beautiful 2D animation, just a very classic feeling movie, even though it was released in 2017, but that's what's really good. The animation just has that authentic feel to it that you just don't get in movies nowadays. You know, we are so used to live action. You know how I feel about live action. Like, I respect those who like only live action movies, but it just looks samey to me. So does CGI. It just looks kind of samey to me. And the animation has that sort of special feel to it. You can feel the effort. You can feel the passion. But this is not a rant about me going on about how much I like the movie, but I was saying how much I relate to the guy who absolutely praises it. And then there was the guy in the middle of the other three other than Little Shy FIM, who, he was similar to Little Shy FIM, but he liked it, and he didn't hate it either, so he was kind of in the middle, so it was, I know pretty much, I know things have been done like this before, you know, people proving that, you know, even people with differing opinions on something even as simple as a piece of media can have differing opinions, yet still have a civil conversation, and this was one of those very good examples of it. I didn't get a chance to ask any questions, even though I did want to, but it was still good nonetheless. But what I mostly liked about it is, here we have Little Shy FIM, and three other guys that I don't really know, but yet all these four people have different opinions, and yet they still have a civil conversation. And I really liked it. Like, I didn't get emotional like it was beautiful or anything, but I was happy inside because I'm thinking, huh. And people still seriously say the motto, love and tolerance, is completely dead. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of you know that that motto is not completely dead, but I do know that there is a lot of people in this fandom, and even outside the fandom, that believe that that motto is dead, and I understand. Like, if they went through an experience kind of contributing to that, I can understand, and I'm very sorry for your misgivings. But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite panels. Just them talking about... And yet, what was weird is, when I first got into the Bronycon, I was like, where's the Tempest cosplay? Shouldn't some big guys be dressed as, like, Grubber or something? That'd be a fitting costume. Any Storm Kings, or... and I was... I mean, I didn't go into any panels yet, like, I wasn't even at the opening ceremony yet, but I'm like, shouldn't some sort of soundtrack be playing to some sort of hardcore beat or something? But sure enough, I heard Open Up Your Eyes playing at the open ceremony, and then there was a Rainbow from Sia, along with a couple of the other songs from the show. Guess I wasn't early enough to hear the rest of the My Little Pony the movie soundtrack, but whatever, at least they remembered it. Of course they'll remember it exists, but even after that I was like, where's the discussion about the 2017 movie? Is the hype train really that gone from the station already? But no, and I found a panel that I was looking for. Like, amongst the schedule, like, I did get used to the schedule, I did get the hang of it really fast, but there were really not a lot of stuff on there that interests me. Like, maybe that's one of the reasons why this first day was kind of lacklustering and a little underwhelming, because there was just a lack of things that I was intrigued by. But, again, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just all a matter of... Oh, no, I'm going in theory circles. Now I'm saying that saying again. The first day of everything sucks. I need to get out of that cycle. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have much else to say about the other panels. I did go to an SFM panel, and I did see that series. I think it's called The Doors or something. I remember seeing Ponyville Ranger react to something like that, and then, of course, I watched the original videos, but for some reason, I just didn't remember it, but maybe I should get back into it, but it was basically, they, of course, had Princess Celestia being deep. I remember that one, and I remember the SFM version of that one. You obviously saw I caught some of the footage of that. So, yeah, but that's really all I have to say about it. I actually stopped filming footage for that panel because, honestly, not really a lot of the conversations that we're bringing up were really highlight material, so I didn't can any footage, but I just stopped recording because I figured, you know what, there's going to be other panels, you know, they're going to have arguments that are going to, and as you saw in the footage, I actually leave little text implying that I actually laughed, that I was the one who laughed, like if it wasn't all that clear amongst everybody else screaming, or you know, me saying something in return, like silently in my, well, not silent, I said it out loud, but you know what I mean, just saying it like, yes, I agree, and not really saying it directly to them. But, yeah, that's really all I have to say, and, yeah, the marketplace, you know, the vending hall, or whatever you want to call it, that was in a different location as well. Seriously, it seems like it's relocating year. Not that it's bad, you know, it was still good. The opening ceremony was still great. I still like the scenery. I like the purple lighting and everything. For some reason, they didn't do the song that Daniel Ingram wrote called Bronycon, I believe. It was a Bronycon song written by Daniel Ingram, and I remember hearing it back at the 2016 con, but I didn't hear it here. I did hear the instrumental of the song playing. Like, maybe they'll play it at the goodbye ceremony on day 3, you know, on the series, but I only heard the instrumental. Maybe they ran out of time, or I don't know. But, yeah. Today was good. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely good. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, there were hitches. There were a few rotten luck, but I'm not going to tell those stories because I want to keep drama or sad, depressing things out of... And I was not mugged. Nobody was injured. Just something that I beat myself up over. It's just part of my condition, so I just want to leave that out of the video because I don't want to bring any unnecessary negativity into a time like this, because it's, of course, during a time like this, I want to be as positive as possible. But yes, I've rambled on for long enough. I've talked about all the panels and everything I've done today. I've obviously showed you a slideshow of everything I have gotten so far in the vending hall. Hopefully in the next few days more stuff will arise, more stuff I'm looking for will arise. I'm currently looking for something for a close friend of mine. Haven't found it yet. Like, I know he'll understand if I don't find anything, but I really don't want to let him down. Thank you all for even watching this whole thing. Don't understand why you would, but thank you for sticking around, and until next time, I will see you in day 2. So, my name is Mr. Chaos. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful evening. Brohuff.